And today I'm going to talk about one of my absolute passions, I would say, and one of the trainings that had the most profound effect on me personally, professionally, spiritually. And I've been talking about the TRE for quite some time now, and I'm talking about the nervous system and how the grounding affects everything we do. And it's a little bit hard to acknowledge how much it affects us working with your autonomic nervous system. So today I'm going to share about the TRE Provider Training Program that I have taken as a student and been in the training program towards becoming a trainer, and that I'm now starting to teach. And TRE stands for tension and trauma releasing exercises. And it's really a way of allowing your body to connect to a inborn tremoring mechanism that we all have. All animals have this. If you've seen a dog or a cat when there's fireworks, they might be trembling and shaking. That is the essence of neurogenic tremors. Your nervous system is shaking in after an event that's stressful, usually, as a natural way of letting go stress and tension from your body. And what's really special about TRE is we teach people how to remember and how to feel safe enough to come back to this innate mechanism that we have to shake your body to release tension and stress. Or we also educate people of the autonomic nervous system, the nervous system that regulates safety versus danger. I like this, I don't like this is comfortable, this is not comfortable. And it's not happening consciously, it's going on all the time. So as you're watching this video, am I liking this guy's voice? Am I enjoying what he's saying? Is this something I want to continue doing or not? Those are autonomic nervous system responses. And what's really special about TRE is we teach people how to become aware of their responses and patterns, how to regulate them, that you can actually affect how much stress you're feeling, how much you can feel present and safe versus feeling unsafe and threatened, together with the ability to reinitiate this tremoring mechanism that we many times have forgotten, or due to societal conditions, we think it's a pathological condition whenever someone is shaking, that that's an expression of a disease, which is not always, and definitely not in the case of TRE. So there's many types of shakings that are actually releasing tension and stress from your body, your autonomic nervous system, muscles, tendons, fascia, bones. It really releases tension and stress on a level that we cannot mentally comprehend. So my journey coming into TRE, I've been doing a lot of martial arts and meditation for quite a few years, I would say. So I did feel like a quite relaxed person coming in doing classes of TRE with Lori. I used to live neighbor to Lorianne, my teacher. And as I will come into these classes, we would start each class with a check-in. We have a scale of 0 to 10 to determine where are you at in your nervous system, right? And the higher number means there's usually more stress. And I would always remember coming to this class and saying, I'm a number one, I'm a number two, because I felt so relaxed. I felt so at ease. And with practice, I realized I actually wasn't relaxed. I wasn't relaxed at all. I was disconnected from the amount of stress that was going on in my body. My mind had checked out of being in contact with that. And it's kind of like, an aircon or a fan. It might be loud when you put it on, but after a while, your mind is going to filter that out. So that is what really has happened to me. My brain became very good at filtering out what I didn't want to hear, what I didn't want to connect to. So what happened from there was that I started to realize how much of a disconnect I was. And that, together with the tremors, and that someone, my teacher, Lorianne, held space for me and guided me to have an experience and to look at stressful responses in a different way. empowered me to start letting go of patterns, thoughts, interactions, belief system without even going into the psychology, without even going in and talking about a memory or an emotion or a story or something that happened to me, simply by being compassionate, present, and guiding me back to being in my body. And that's the power of TRE, right? So TRE is not a substitute for psychotherapy or cognitive behavior therapy or anything like that. But we can use it standalone and we can use it adjunct together with other therapies. And it's really powerful in releasing tension and stress and bringing you back into being present with yourself on a level that most people that I worked with did not even comprehend they could be disconnected to my body, to my sensation, to what's going on inside of me right here, right now. And the more connected we are to that essence within us, the safer people will be just being around us without us even having said anything, done anything. My nervous system to another nervous system will regulate. So we both feel safer if I come from a place that's feeling really safe, or if the other person comes from a place that's feeling really safe. So that's another cool thing about theory. Just the fact that you are doing the job for yourself and going very deep into releasing tension, stress through this mechanism or this practice, you are also going to have the benefit of helping other people simply by you feeling better, because that's how we're wired. It's something called mirror neurons. And it's like your nervous system will start to emulate, copy another person's nervous system without having any words spoken. And this is why you can meet some people and talk to them, and you're like, wow, I feel so calm when I'm with you, because your body's feeling, this person is feeling safe. I'm feeling safe too, then there's no threat. And we can both co regulate even more and become more relaxed. And that's really what got me going with this program, that I realized, wow, this is, you know, I had the theory before, right? I did learn a lot going through the TRE program, but I had a lot of the theory before. I had studied it in university. I studied a lot of psychology, neurology, meditation, mindfulness. I kind of, I thought I knew it all when it came to relaxation and mindfulness, but it wasn't embodied. And once it really became embodied, not just feeling relaxed for a little bit, but actually being able to go through states, longer periods of life, feeling grounded and relaxed, that my body really started to heal and old injuries started to heal. I started to sleep better. Pains that I had started to go away. Tension that I had started to go away. Interactions with other people became so much easier. I became so much more able to hold space compassionately for others in my professional capacity, whatever they were going through, because I was very safe and trusting in myself in the process, which just allowed me to be better at everything that I did. And that's essentially what I look at when I think about the TRE Provider Training Program. You just become better at what you're already doing and you become more connected with yourself. And it's very simple. No need to talk about anything, no need to go into story, no need to go into emotion, no need to do any of these aspects that sometimes can be very taxing and useful in their own sense. But we don't need to do that in theory. And we can still get the benefit of de-stressing the body and releasing tension and stress that might be related to traumatic events in our life. So we're now officially opening up the TRE Provider Training Program for October. And this is a program that we will do yearly, right? Because it takes a year to finish the program. And I've done a lot of different trainings and I felt to myself like, wow, a year, that's quite a long time. But the training program is spaced out with different meetups throughout a year, and it's perfectly designed for people to be able to work full time, run a household. It requires about 2 to 3 hours of your week, of your time weekly, right? With your own practices, with others. There's a few book reflections to do, and gradually we will work in phases, right? So in the phase one, you're really getting into your own nervous system and learning about the mechanisms for yourself. And that's the platform we build on. In phase two, You learn how to work with people interpersonally, one-to-one settings. And in phase three, we learn how to work with group dynamics or with groups. And this is really a nice progression because the main benefit that I would say from the TRE Providing Training Program, other than you get to know it very well and you get to have a very powerful transformative tool to help people come out of the state that they might find themselves in for a year, it's also that you do such a profound journey yourself. You really get to work your own nervous system because it's over a period of time and you're logging your experiences. So after a while, you can actually go back and see, wow, there has been a significant change. Because whenever we change, we just get adapted. It's like, oh, that's no biggie. It used to stress me before, but it doesn't now. But to realize how much it used to stress me and where I'm at today, that's very empowering and insightful and very telling of the power that we can harness from these kind of practices of letting go. And once we really get into this and understand how the nervous system works, not just intellectually, but also on a practical level, and what I can do about it, right? That there are things I can do to ground myself, to regulate myself, so that I change my relationships to myself, my body image, self esteem, how I talk to other people, how I relate at workplaces, my self esteem, my self confidence, where I'm coming from, because I can navigate stress in a different way. And I think that's really a superpower. For me, it was almost like I was walking around semi zombified, right? It was almost like I was feeling a little bit like a robot walking around. And once I really got into the deeper levels of grounding, I started to realize, wow, there's actually a lot of other people that are doing that. We think we are aware because we're talking and I can see and I can listen. But once I really start to connect to what's going on, I might notice I haven't been home for a while, whatever we deem as home, right? But being present in the body, being grounded and aware of what's going on inside from your skin within, but also outside, from your skin without. And that's a very, very big gift. That's a very big, yeah, I would say present to yourself, that you can provide for yourself, but that you can also provide that to others. And just by you doing this practice alone, people around you are starting to feel better. They're going to feel better. And it's a way of waking everyone up and coming out of the stressful state that many of us find in today because of the normal modern day stresses that we have. So it's really a tool to awaken yourself into who you really are. And no one can tell you that, only you can. But this is really a tool of going within and figure that out. Who am I really? Outside of all these conditionings and stressors and stimuli and triggers that I have all the time, who am I without all of these triggers? And what happens if I diffuse the tension behind these triggers? Who's really left? And that was really my takeaway from the TRE Provider Training Program. I really got an honest look at who I am and connect to that and be able to speak from that place, teach from that place, work from that place. And it just costs a lot more, less energy. It gives me a lot of more energy back. And it's still revealing, the benefits from that is still revealing more and more the more I practice. And it's a lifelong journey. You can always go deeper and deeper and become more and more grounded. So as I mentioned, October 13, 14, we're going to start the 1 year long program. The first model is a 2-day workshop. All of these modules, the whole program is online. The first module is 2 days, and you can do that standalone to have an immersion into theory if you want to learn more about it for your own sake, and you don't have to continue the program from there should you not choose to do so. So it's a really good opportunity, and we have 10 spots available for the program, or 10 slots in general. Right now we have 8 slots left, and we're still getting inquiries. So if you know that you're interested in this is really a good opportunity to hop on, because otherwise you might need to wait another year if you want to do it with us. And I can't really even start to share, how much of a benefit it has in my life, other than I have in this program. it's really something that needs to be experienced for each person by themselves, but it is profound. It's a profound shift, and it really allows you to connect to deeper levels of yourself. And later on this week, I actually invited the founder of TRE, Dr. David Berselli, into our podcast so he can really share, the background of TRE, his own story. And it's a really heartfelt story because he's really a powerful representation of wanting to do good in the world and helping other people. And this beautiful modality that Dr. Berselli has founded is really changing people's lives. So that was really an act of gratitude from my part, but also I wanted that him firsthand to explain what it is so people can hear it straight from the source because it's really powerful. So I will update you during the week with that. Thank you for joining in today, and I wish you all the best.